And annual Weather Smart Science Symposium in Pretoria. The aim of the conference is to present the latest findings on climate, air quality, aviation and marine research. Our meteorologist Siphesihle Kunene is out at the conference. Good morning once again. Sihle, you've spoken to some interesting guests this morning. Who have you got now?
Yes, good morning, Des. Actually, right now I have my former classmates. This lady that I have to my left, we actually studied together, went through from second year, third year, and honors year. She's not going to tell you how I was in school, but however, she is going to introduce herself. Good morning.
Morning. Thank you, Sihle. I'm Elizabeth Webster, and I'm a forecaster at the South African Weather Service.
So, given what's happening right now, we have Tropical Cyclone Idai, we have very, very bad weather, and I hear the Weather Service right now is actually launching a new weather warning system, whereby you'll be changing the way that you report your warnings. Can you please tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, Sihle, we're in a very exciting phase at the Weather Service because we're introducing a new warning system that is very much followed by international practices worldwide. What we are doing is we are no longer going to be warning according to meteorological thresholds, but we are rather going to be warning when an impact is expected.
So instead of saying, for instance, the winds will be strong at about 50 kilometers per hour, right now you'll be looking at what impact that 50-kilometer wind will actually cause.
That's exactly it. So no longer will we be saying gale force winds are expected in a certain area. Rather, we are going to be saying this is the following impact we could expect. Certain areas, for instance, Port Elizabeth often gets gale force winds and no impact. So we won't be warning unless we're expecting an impact to occur, which could mean winds less than gale force could result in an impact.
Very interesting, very interesting. So that's the new weather warning system. So this symposium, I'm assuming you'll be launching it. Is there anything else that you can tell us about the research that's happened before this system is about to start?
Yes, so what we did is we saw that people are they're not understanding our weather warnings, and we need to get those warnings down to the general public. And in order to get that way, we need to make sure people understand it. If we issue a watch, people don't understand what a watch means. But now we are rather going to be issuing warnings according to a color scale. So saying a yellow warning, orange warning, red warning, and all of those warnings, obviously different levels of intensity as well as likelihoods of occurrence of the impacts. So we're trying to make our warnings user friendly, and that's part of the research we have done, and to make this sure that everybody can understand. We're trying to move away from meteorological jargon, but rather use language that the average ordinary South African can understand.
So I'm guessing it's going to go along the lines of the theme, weather solutions for everyone, every day.
That's exactly it. And it's not just, as I mentioned earlier, it's not just something that we're doing in South Africa, but other countries all across the world are also seeing that there is this type of need, and therefore this change needs to take place.
When can you expect this change to start?
We are looking at going live with these warnings in May. So we're just over a month away from this system actually going live. But we are doing a big launch here at this Weather Smart Symposium these next 2 days.
Thank you very much, Liz. Well, there you have it. New weather warning systems coming to your screens. And of course, right now they're launching it. They're talking to all the relevant stakeholders. So that would be your media houses, everyone that needs to know. And then later, of course, we'll launch it, tell our viewers what they can expect with the new weather warning system. And of course, with the new system, we'll get more accurate weather warnings. Back to you, Des, in studio.
Thank you so much for that update. We'll continue to follow that story.